So we're talking about Bookkeeper's Delight, which means we're talking about things that you can do to really delight your clients or your boss or whomever it is that you're trying to delight with respect to what you can do for them as a bookkeeper. So this first skill I'm going to teach you that I'm going to include in this course is based on something I started doing a little over a year ago for some clients. And I found it very effective in terms of making the clients very happy with what I can do for them.
So let's go to company and financial here, and we're going to start with a standard balance sheet. And the first report that we're going to run here is going to be a check register report. The problem that I've seen in terms of how many people run this is they'll just go into reports and they'll run a custom transaction detail report and they'll just filter it for the bank account. The problem with that is something that it doesn't do, and I'm going to show you what I mean. When you start from the balance sheet, and I'm just going to drill into this checking account, and it comes in, notice what it does. It shows me the balance going into the month. So the balance sheet, and we're in a sample QuickBooks file, so the date's in the future based on when I'm recording this. And so we're looking at October 2018. So notice we're running this from October 1 of 2018 till December 15th, 2018. And what it does is it shows me the balance going into the period. So this is the balance as of September 30th. And then it rolls forward from there and keeps track of my running balance so that at the end of this report, I have an accurate ending balance. The difference is if you just run a custom transaction detail report on the bank account, you don't get this leading balance. So you'll get a report that looks very different and you won't get a proper ending balance. So imagine your boss or your client's surprise when you show them a report that's got a fraction of the money in the account than what's really there. Really important to run this way. Once we've got that, we're ready to export that to Excel. The other report you're going to want to run is over here under Reports, Vendors and Payables, and we want to run an AP aging detail. And the reason why is that essentially this puts the vendor name on the line item with the other information about that bill. And when we get into the Excel part, you'll see why that's actually very important. So I'm going to leave you off at the end of this section by just exporting these reports to Excel, which you very likely already know how to do if you've spent a minute around QuickBooks. But for the sake of those who may not, we're going to show you how to do it. So very simply, starting with the balance sheet, we go to Excel, create a new worksheet, and it's going to bring up a dialog and give us some options, which we want to pay a little bit of attention to before we just go dumping this into Excel. So we click on our advanced options here for a minute, and you only have to do this once. Once you do this once, QuickBooks remembers your settings. The most critical thing is getting rid of the space between the columns. That will come in checked off by default. It's unchecked on mine because I've already done it. And then down here, you want the report header on printed report and screen. Otherwise, when it goes into Excel, it's not clear what report I'm looking at. Now you know how to run the reports and export them to Excel. In the next segment, we're going to actually format the Excel spreadsheets to make them look pretty. And also, you'll start to get a picture of really what we're ultimately driving at here in terms of what we're creating. And then in the very last segment, we're going to write some simple formulas that are going to really bring it all together and turn it into a very handy management tool that you can either use or provide to your boss or your clients and really impress them with what you're able to do for them. And you'll see that you'll be able to do the whole thing in under 15 minutes each time. Stay tuned, review this section as you need to, or if you're ready already, move on to the next one and you'll see what we're going to do in Excel once we've gotten this far.